speaker. Um, our audience reduced again, but it's fine. I could relate to what Mr. Eben was saying because as a president, I also go through some of the challenges that he has mentioned, and I could see a very close relationship to his presentation and to mine. As we have to make the right decisions for us, the better our country will be at a later stage. And this is where chess can come in, because it's all about the mind. On my way here, I actually thought of the greatest athlete in the world. His name was Bruce Lee. He didn't have all the muscles in the world, but he was very strong. He proved it scientifically. They had scientists studying where he's just 1 centimeter away from an object, and he applies so much force that the bodybuilder cannot even apply. And he says it's all about training your mind. And we start off with a short demonstration that we got. The road begins with a move, and that's basically move implies a decision that we all have to take. Even some of us sitting here, we made a decision to stay. That's also one thing very good. So we just want to talk about what the NCF is about, the characters that we are going to be using to present NCF, interesting facts, audiences, and then conclusion as well. The Namibian Chess Federation is registered and recognized as a national sports body, affiliated to FIDE, NSC, ACC, African Chess Confederation, NSC, Namibian Sports Commission, NNOC, Olympic Committee, as well as the Namibian School Sports Union. Established in 1991, very recent after our independence. Its core function includes selection of national team, both junior and senior, organizing and regulating chess sport events throughout Namibia, promoting fair play and administering FIDE rules and regulations, training and capacity building for its members. In terms of training, also creating employment, job creation opportunities that we've heard a lot of our youth are unemployed, and we are sitting with possible solutions to help them in the near future. Our mission to deliver quality chess events both for local and international participation through transparency and fairness, to engage and unite both Namibian government and corporate interests. So we saw in the previous presentation there's a problem, and we are basically the solution. I hope he was here so that you can see that we will be the solution to it. Our vision is to promote chess as a sport professionally and pave the way for future Namibians not only to play chess, but also to make a living from playing chess. And that's really what we are striving for. To formally introduce chess in schools from grade 1 to AS. We heard last year the minister has set up a task force to inquire why is Namibian academic performance in such a decline rate. And we again have the solution with chess. This is also scientifically proven again, and we are in consultations with the Ministry of Education as well as NIET. NIET has already tentatively approved it. I'm also part of the curriculum panel for NIET as well, so we are working in that regards, ensuring certain things as well. We also want to engage women in chess and as equal among men, and we know women empowerment is one of the big things that we also try to get in. I think a lot of our decision makers, policy makers, we need also women that give us the finer things of life where we miss certain information as well. We have our values: transparency, accountability, and governance. And with that, we go to our character of the day. So I would have loved to talk about myself, but I would just be boasting about myself and my achievements. So I decided on this young fella here. His name is Dante Biekas, and I have chosen him to do the presentation for. So Dante Biekas, this age I knew him from a very young age. I'm almost like a father to him, but I'm not that old. But I was his coach and started teaching him chess. So I taught him how to play chess at a young age. So this is now how I'm trying to tell my story. So he started from humble beginnings. Their parents, Juliet and Bernard Biekas, were in charge of an orphanage home. They were assisting there. They are missionaries. They just need assistance from other people. So growing up for him was very tough because they didn't have a full-time job, occupation, or something like that. They're just missionaries and they live off others. So he grew up local amongst people. And I was mentioned somebody mentioned Pay as well. So I said, oh, I remember Pay. It's very similar to that, where we have community people and we are grouping together. So with that, we learned how to play chess. And one of my greatest achievements was to send him to the World Youth Chess Championships in Slovenia in 2012. And yeah, he's still very young. And I remember how hard it was for us just to get there. So when I was a junior chess player, I could never participate internationally because there was always no funds available. That was the excuse from the federation. And I missed out on so many things. So when I became an adult, I said, I want to do something. If I can be the first person to send a junior to participate internationally, I will do that. And we managed to send him and a couple of other players to Slovenia for the first time. And after that, the door just opened. So I took that leap of faith, and then after that, many miracles just started happening. So the decision to send them was the best one that could ever happen. Chess discipline. So over here we have some junior chess. He's also playing there, and you can see he's concentrating on the board as well as writing down his moves. So him himself and this picture in itself is what we are currently lacking in our education system during examinations. I'm a teacher by profession, so I see examinations a lot. As I said, I'm also part of the NEAT curriculum panel, so I'm an expert in the field of education. Our kids can't sit still for a 3-hour, 2-hour examination. That is the reason why there is so much failure. They cannot sit still. Here we have a small player. This is in 2014. He was still quite young, and he's playing a chess game for 3 hours, 4 hours. And they're sitting still concentrating. And it's not only him, we have a lot of other very young players sitting still for those amount of hours and also concentrating on the task in front of them. And that is what we want to see in our children today. In 2016, all that hard work pays off. So we started off in 2012, 2011 basically, and every year it increased. So he became a continental champion, just like that, represents Namibia, he has national colors. All of the three of them at that point was my students as well. The girl on the left is Jamie Nicole Biegas, is the younger sister of Dante. And the one in the middle is Oyo Hinda. She's also then was our youngest player at that point in time. And these were all the students that we had. And they could fly Namibian flag internationally high and come back with medals. So already here, their success stories have started, right? So this one was the one that they took place in Zambia, Lusaka as well. So they had to go and participate there. This one again, age an example. I said that chess is one of the sports that brings together people of all ages. So it's not just only for the youth, but here we have Jamie Nicole taking on a Goliath player, David and Goliath in this case. I just wanted to put it up. This is Marwa Mal Checkers. This was also in 2017. And the sister is following in the footsteps as well. So good examples here as well that you can see she's concentrating on what she's doing. Concentration, making decisions, and good moves is what we want to see amongst all Namibians and not just chess players. Where now? Back to Dante Biegas. He, through his chess, got a scholarship to study in the United States. So he's at the university in Texas there. This is just him now. He's now a grown man. He's no longer a small little boy that we have saw in the past there, and he's doing good at the moment. Last year, he played in the Commonwealth Chess Championships in South Africa, and he came joint first place amongst other gurus that are around there as well. Last year as well, he qualified to represent Namibia at the Olympiads, so he had to go into different hosts. The girl in the middle there, she's also one of wonders. Her name is Keisha Rafiona van Wyk. She's also a disabled chess player, and she's also one of the strong players. She also qualified for the Olympiad last year as well, and these are success stories that we have. So I had to decide between Dante and her. to give my character story, and it was a very tough decision because both of them, the struggle that they went through and the commitment of chess. So the decisions that they made through applying chess principles have really paid off in their lives, and I would really like to see them one day present their life stories, even in a book or something like that, and tell to others, you know, humble beginnings like Dante. You saw in the beginning, he came from basically nothing. Amongst black kids, he was a colored guy from Rehoboth, Basra, but he saw himself everywhere, playing with everybody there. We'll continue again. The next one. This one is another again radio talk show that hosted him again. They were trying to promote sponsorship for the Olympia, which they actually did a very good job as well. 2023. So the same Dante now is going to represent Namibia at the World Cup for the very first time in chess. So we are excited about this. From the 29th July to the 25th August, he's going to fly the Namibian flag high again. So just through playing chess as a sport. So he himself is basically a good example of making a living out of playing chess professionally. And he started from nothing. So sometimes we, as Namibians, we always think we have to have an office job, we have to sit there and do some things on the computers, and we can't do those things, or we need to be at the university all the time, study for postgrads and then come out. So there's opportunities in very simple things sometimes. And that is what we're also trying to say as well. So we are excited about that. So we are also looking at people investing in chess. And I said invest in chess because the decision that you take to, you know, just even for yourself as an individual and an adult, to learn how to play chess. It's good for your mental health. Says it keeps people young. I think you saw the pictures there, he still looks very young. He hasn't aged a bit in my eyes. So it keeps you young, it keeps you mentally focused. We've seen that scientists have proven that very few chess playing adults in the older ages get autisms or Alzheimer's, or dementia, or even blindness, because they have to constantly look at the chessboard so they don't get blind, because you have to see all of those things coming up. So these are good things that we are having. So consistency, NCF, we don't have a sponsorship yet, so we're also looking for sponsorship as well, but we are consistent in what we have been doing over the past years. Coverage, we are a national sports body. Development programs, this is the one that I wanted to actually come on board, where we are looking at this year, specifically in the years to come, creating employment. So we have a vast employment opportunity for youngsters, the unemployed youth. And we are currently moving around the country where we are trying to get support from local businesses to employ the locals there through chess. And the Namibian Chess Federation will basically assist in training and facilities, as well as equipment-wise, to get these people sorted out. Because we do need, we do realize that, I think Ivan mentioned something about where do we see our future, where are we going to be in the next few 10 years from now. And our solution to that is, if we have a society that is good at decision making, we don't even need to worry about where we're going to be in the next 10 years' time. We know that there will be, if everybody makes proper decisions, we know that we will be in a right society. It's the society that we want for the whole Namibian nation. Equity. You also mentioned something like that. We have female players with disabilities as well. And we have equal participation. You saw one of the pictures where Jamie was playing an older person, so there's no limit to how we can do. So it's not just equity across culture, across, I think we saw now ethnicities, white, black, whoever we are, and even age groups, and also male and female. So we are equal in all aspects. I think we are one of the very few sport codes. I also did now, there's another sport code that is also in line with the equity that we are trying to do. Flexibility, chess can be both indoor, outdoors, and even during the pandemics, the COVID pandemic, our sport didn't stop. That's the beauty about it. We had online Olympiad, we adapt. That's the good beauty about chess. We adapt to different situations because we are people who know how to make decisions fast, quickly, and we can make decisions on the go. So we adapted to the pandemic, we came online and we had our games online, even though some people complain, but it's still the same thing, and it's now integrated to a hybrid system that is now currently being distributed. We have one hybrid event coming up in the year where Namibia is going to play with South Africa, just to promote it again and to encourage people. In remote areas, if we can't get you, the hybrid option is there for you to join and participate in national events. So, international exposure, as you saw, our youngsters are representing our country, not only youngsters, our seniors as well, and we are set to participate annually in international events. Next week, the national team is set to go to Egypt to participate in the African individuals. There's a group just returned from Greece, the schools teams returned from Greece. They participated there as well. So we are also representing Namibia as ambassadors abroad, making sure that we are basically branding our nation internationally as well. Our goal, we also look at adapting some of the goals. Eben had some goals or visions or missions or things he mentioned, and I saw how the NCF could adopt some of those principles in terms of employment creation. What can we do? So in terms of whoever comes on board with chess, invest in chess, we listen to you when we adapt the goals. Key performance targets, we can also look at that as well. We know we are following a sustainable developmental environment with the SDGs that we are having, and we are looking at, I think chess is one of the sports that produces the less pollution. So those are some things that we can also look at the later stage. Strategy, educate the children, youth and adults about the benefits and groom them as well. This one was not just for some clients that we are looking at or corporates that are coming on board. But in terms of that strategy, we also look at our audiences as well, and how we cover and how we reach them. So chess is not only a sport that brings together people of different ages, we mentioned that, it's genders, it's cultures, and there is no division in chess. The only division in chess are the pieces that are white and black. And also notice that it's white and black, but we also have the woman's side, the queen side, and the men's side, the king side. So we are, I think that's the most beautiful game that has ever been created. I think it's created by angels and gods, that's what I believe, because nobody can find out the correct origin of where it came from. We can trace back football, we can trace back rugby, but we can't properly trace back chess. And I think that's one of the sports that really unites us in every way. Schools, chess help develop mental and cognitive strengths of learners. We have seen that actively. Dante Biekus, through his chess playing activity, he's actually a very intelligent guy. He schooled at St. George's, he achieved a lot of prizes in St. George's. I just recently found out last year the head boy and the top achiever at St. George's school was also a chess player, the head boy there. He's also a very strong chess player, and he's achieving so many things and getting so many prizes, and I just found out, oh, he's playing chess seriously, he's playing in the league even this year as well. So we are looking at solving that academic problem. We have already seen it work scientifically. Some schools have implemented it and it works successfully. Employment, chess creates employments at all levels of industry. We are, the moment we travel around the country, we are going to visit hotels, guest houses, and again, we need accommodation. So in the humanities industry, we are creating jobs. Electricity we are using, we are creating jobs. Transport, logistics, you saw we are participating a lot. So in terms of logistics and transport, we are creating jobs there as well. In terms of coaching for individuals, we are also creating jobs there as well. So we need coaches. You will see in the next slide that we are lacking in certain aspects, but we need coaches there. Infrastructure, chess does not need massive infrastructure like some sports do. We just recently declined our joint partnership for hosting one of the football tournaments, the Kosafa, I think, Cup in Botswana and Namibia, because we didn't have the infrastructure to do that. I think it was very sad, because that was supposed to be a very good opportunity to create jobs, building new facilities and infrastructure. How many people would be involved there? And to lose that, or just to give it up so easily, it was very poor. And our poor decision in my aspect, and I'm really sad about that, but we will see what the future holds. But with chess, we can sidestep some of those things as well. Equipment we can produce locally as well, which again creates a local job. The pieces, the boards, we have some very good craftsmen, artsmen, and even printing shops locally that does all the branding or printing out the board. It takes about a day's time and you can have 100 chess boards ready to go. Tracking progress. Chess is one of the only sports, I think, where we are actively tracking the progress of our players. We have a rating system, which is also internationally based. We feed it online. You can check your progress. Every event you play, your rating goes up or down, depending on your performance. And that goes on a lot. So if you meet a chess player, they always ask, what is your rating? So they check you based on your progress, and that's really good. So from a beginner level, you start at 0 and you climb up where you become a master level. If you reach the 2000 rating, that's where we become master levels, or if you at least get to 1500 and up, you become a national serious player. So we can track all our players, and knowing somebody's rating, you know, they be afraid or not be afraid. It also helps in terms of preparations. Every decision counts. This picture has just been our recent event. It's the National Junior Chess Championships Closed, which just happened last week at Goodwill Khoa School. They assisted us with the venue. And here we have the under-8 girls playing. So the under-8 boys are over on the other side. And you can see we are already starting at a young age. And teaching them concentration, they are focused, and they are writing down their own move. I don't know. And some of them are 4 years old, 6 years old. It's under 8. It's not 8 years old. They are younger than 8. So some of them are very young and they have to at least start writing. So we know some don't know the alphabet, so we say, okay, just tick. At least tick every move. If you know you have done move 1, tick, tick, and somebody will come and write for them. So this is what happens. So every decision we take from now on moving forward, it's going to help each and everybody at the later stage. Recently, the Namibian Army, the 21st Brigade, the commander there realized the importance of chess. So they registered their brigade to play in the National League for chess. And I was actually excited about that, because that's something that I always know, that all armies abroad, they all know how to play chess. Because that's basically the army game. If you have a military that doesn't know how to do strategy, tactics, and all those things, it's useless. So for me to see them actively coming, and they come in their uniform, army uniform. On Monday they were there, and I was actually saying, you guys should take a picture so that we can see you guys doing. This is something we can take back to the government. It is my wish and hope that we can have our politicians playing chess. Because then they will now understand and make the right decisions when it comes to our policies, as Eben have said, when it comes to our economy, our country, and I'm actively trying to engage here and there. The only thing I came close to with some of the politicians is they gave their children to me and said, okay, here's my son, here's my daughter, train them. You can take them to the Chess Federation. So we hope we can get more of them. But I'm confident that if we start at a younger age, already, our future politicians, they know how to play chess, they are well equipped in their mind, they know about decision strategies, decoys, deflections, all the principles of chess. I do apply them in my life, and I'm successful in my own regard. Even though I come from a poor background as well. That's why I said I don't want to talk about myself. It would be another great story for another time, or personal story if need be. But this is where we are, and this is what we do. It is a sport, it's an official sport, it's an Olympic sport, but it has much more benefits than what I see. It's not just a personal enjoyment, it's not just a hobby. We really see the benefits from them, and especially from starting at a young age. We have over 3,000 active players. Active players means players that are playing tournaments and events actively all over the country. It's not just in Vinto. And then we have also inactive players, some players that are a little bit slow, they're not playing too much tournaments, but they are hidden somewhere, hidden talents and gems. We recently had one inactive player who just started last year, and this year he came and played and won his age group section. So those are things. On average, we have about 80 to 200 participants per event. This includes the players as well as the additional people around them. So if you're a child, you can't come alone, you come with parents or two parents or family members, and this is what our event goes more and more. National junior events, the same ones we saw there, we have about 800 to 1,000 schools. 60% of all schools in Namibia actually know about chess, play chess or trade chess in one form or another. The only problem that most of them are saying is that they do not have enough equipment, they do not have enough funding, access to attend national events. Our country is, I think, underrated. We are a huge country in terms of traveling. I don't know how to say it, but for somebody who's traveled from Luderitz to Katima Mulilo, it can take you 3 to 4 days. Seriously, just to Katima, if you don't travel correctly, it can take you a long time. So I've seen this a lot in our schools out there. We are making active, trying to get them active again. Our coaches are less for our country. We only have about 200 plus. These are now officially trained coaches, and only 50 trainers. So this is where the vacancy of the job opportunity comes in for our population. We have the capacity to train more so that they can be employed in the various regions, towns, schools even. Because our main goal is to bring chess into schools as an official non-promotional subject. We start there already, roll it out, and then we have somebody teaching chess actively at the school. Instead of calling it a PE teacher like we used to, just throw the ball and everybody chase, we have somebody doing mental training with the learners. We've seen with the life skills teachers, it's also lacking. They don't have enough capacity to teach some of this proper decision making amongst our youth as well. So that is what we are having. We are reaching, I said, different audiences: tourism, hospitality, transportation, immigration. Three teams that are traveling abroad need visas. We have to now talk to the Egyptian embassy again. So that's also what we're doing. This is across many sports bodies. One of our key factors this year within the sports commission is that we actually have to convince government that sport, investing in sport, is not only investing in the individuals or the teams, it's actually investing in all of those other industries. And we are the ones who are creating jobs on the ground, because if an event takes place, we have to contact one of those people there. And this is very important, that we have to reiterate all the time to make sure that everybody is aware that we are not just playing soccer. There's a food store there, there's a member selling fat cakes and sausages at that point in time. There's another guy, a taxi driver, who's bringing in the people. So we are creating job opportunities in every form and aspect as well. We are in all the regions, the towns, the cities. Then we have our parents, teachers, principals, and as well as the social media platforms that we are looking at as well. This one is how our coverage is currently looking at in terms of the Chess Federation. And I just wanted to show that we have started with our Grand Prix. We just want to introduce 17 legs, 17 towns, 1 champion, 1 woman, 1 junior. So we are making sure we are having that. So we call it a Grand Prix. Chess can actually adopt any sport. So Grand Prix is only for Formula 1, but we said, why don't we put it for chess as well? So we are traveling. We have already traveled and some places already started. You will see a map here as well. So we had already had Caribbean, Rehoboth, and Smith done. Next is Grootfontein that we are going to, followed by Alpahanja. And we want to get local sponsors for all of them, so that we encourage the locals to invest in their community as well. So we are going to more places all around the country. Some are actually sad that we are not going to them. We've left out a few, but we only have so much time. With more funding, we hope we can get to more areas as well. And then we have our award ceremony, and then we would like to invite the champions participation as well in different forms. This is now only for the graduates, but the town movements have their own rewards and prizes when you play the event at the end. So this amount with no sponsor is something we committed to our own pocket, but if we have a sponsor on board, we can make it even bigger. So this is a live map. You can follow the progress online, how it works. We have a system that points out who's leading the Grand Prix at the moment. This one is a little bit outdated, but we have a newer one as well. So all those towns, we will be visiting them. We just confirmed Goodwill Khoa will be hosted at one of the schools that I've never even seen or met before. So we just need a space and we can have our event as well. So that one is on the zones. This is our NCF calendar. From what I've seen so far, I think it's the most jam-packed calendar amongst most of the sport codes that we have in Namibia. We are approaching May, and all those things over there have been ticked. So we have ticked all of them. We have not missed a single one of them, and we are still going. So we are at the bottom here. The green ones are the town opens, the red ones are international, and the black ones are our national events taking place. And then we have some of the highlighted ones in either brown or purple. Those highlighted ones are special events. For example, we have a training commission where we want to train more trainers, coaches, to create employment for them. This is in line with our vision of putting chess in schools. We have chess for girls where we try to promote females, train females, promote them. We've noticed that from a young age, from under 8 to under 16, there's a massive amount of girls playing chess, and then from under 18 to 20, it just disappears. So I don't know, we were looking at studying why is this happening, why does the girls go away? We tried to find out, so some of them the interest changes or they become more adults or mature or puberty, I don't know, or they are preoccupied with other things, cleaning the houses, responsibilities are coming up again, and we don't know. So we are also looking at, when we have this workshop, asking the girls, how can we not let you lose that talent? How can we bring you back to play, or do both at the same time? So that's also something we need to study more. We have chess for inmates. So there's a World Cup for inmates as well. There's a workshop in Chicago going on for inmates chess. They have their own systems. So we can even reach inmates for rehabilitation purposes. And that is something that the correctional services have contacted us as well. And they have told us that we should not forget the guys incarcerated who are repenting for their sins or wrongdoings as well. And those are the programs that we have in place as well. This one, we are looking for fundings for some of them as well. Our PA, World Chess Federation, is supporting us a little bit, but they also want to see local businesses, corporates coming on board and doing something. Because once these guys are out there, what do they do? Most of them don't have jobs. Most of them don't have anything to do with their lives anymore. And it's difficult for them to come back into society. But with chess, they already know that, I can join a club, I can play. And